Hello, family. Welcome to another weekly forecast of VXY, XAUSD, and BTCUSD. So we're gonna be looking at these three uh, important pairs. And first, we're gonna start with the dollar index, which is very important that we look at it before, as long as we're trading silver, gold, BTC. It's important to look at that. Before moving ahead, if you just joining, don't forget to hit on the subscription button, turn on the notification, and also share this video to somebody that might be interested to learn from it. So this is DXY weekly time frame, okay? And we've been in a range on the XY for quite some time now, before we finally had a break to the upside. And before that happened, we realized we had a sweep of liquidity at this point, which the previous weekly lows had been taken. Then the market rallied to the upside with a bullish momentum and a nice rejection from this level. So now we have a break of structure from here. All right, we have a break of structure, and the market have been able to form a retest from this breakout level. And the previous week I did forecast for selling into this level, and now we are at this level. So what next? So realize that the previous week's low had been taken, all right, from this point. So we have from the month of June, the last week from the month of June, and the first week and second week from this month of July, low has been taken. So the buy side liquidity has not yet been taken, only this previous high, which we have here as well. So this is actually a point of interest for the market to rally up to. All right, so what we should be expecting for this week will be what, for the dollar index to buy from this level and take out this weekly high we have here. All right, so if we can be able to establish that, and you notice the last break we had to the downside, this break of structure, market has retest from this break, which is a breaker block, and then also uh, this bullish fair value gap failed to hold and now acting as an inverse fair value gap, push price to the downside. And then also you'll see these other block zone been acting nicely for some time now with multiple rejections. You can see multiple rejections, and then at the fourth retest we had a breakout and then a retest again from that zone. So this now becomes what, a breaker block zone. So this is our breaker block zone, which price is reacting, and also a nice demand zone for price to rally back to the upside to take out this high. Okay, so we'll be expecting reactions from here. If should happen this zone breaks, this will be the next zone for buys again. But what we should be observing is for the market to come take out the previous week high, since we've had the sell side liquidity being taken. All right, so the market should come for the previous week high. So if this is the weekly, so let's just have a glance at the daily time frame. Okay, nice. You can see the daily time frame as well, see reacting from this breakout zone. And so the confluence from this zone we have a fair value gap here, all right, and then we have a nice other block zone there. Understand? If the market should break this level, you have a retest and then into this zone, then it will be coming for this liquidity which we have here. All right, so that will be the idea. We'll be coming for this liquidity here. So if not, we can just have a more deep into this zone, pairs reacting from the breaker, from the other block zone, and then close above this level to take out this high. All right. So if it should drop into this point of interest, okay, so this is a daily time frame, so we want to take out this daily low, so liquidity, then it should close again above it, looking for buys to target now this high. So that is the outlook of the daily time frame. So what do we have? We have a fair value gap, we have a nice order block and a breakout level, and if we can use Fibonacci, we're gonna see we have this other block zone is sitting at an optimal trade entry position, 70% level of the Fibonacci, which is a good level as well. So that is it for the dollar index. All right, that is it for the dollar index. So let's go to gold and see what we have for the weekly up to the 4-hour time frame. All right, this is Xauusd, and this is the weekly time frame. Just turn this on. This is our weekly time frame on gold, and points of interest on gold for this coming week. First, before that, what we need to understand is that gold has been bearish. All right, gold has been bearish since the start. From March, we've had a bearish market since the market's dropping from this level after this last breakout and rally, then we had this drop. All right, so we have been bearish on gold. This is actually a reversal market on the weekly time frame, but the overall look on the weekly time frame is still bullish. So some of the reasons why gold is dropping, so we look at the war that is going on between Iran and US, factor of rate hike, and also China has also stopped leverage trade at gold pair as well. And then we have a major break to the downside. All right, we have a major break to the downside. Good. Now, points of interest that we should be looking at for supply zones, we will have um, the extreme recovery level, which should be around this breakout level. All right, that will be the extreme supply zone for price to continue selling from 43.50 to 44.20 level. And then we also have 4,200 to 42.60. Okay, so we have these major supply zones, 43.50 to 44.20, and then we have 4,002 to 42.60 major supply, and then the primary sell zone, which we had from last week, is going to be this 40.75 to 41.20. That will be the primary sell zone. So from this weekly time frame, what we can see is this previous week low which has been taken, and then you have this other one, but this high has not been taken. This one has been taken, this has been taken, but this from this bullish candle, we've not taken that. And then you can see this weekly fair value gap. So the move from this weekly time frame is if we have a pullback and then uh, a break from this low, we could have price targeting this weekly fair value gap as a point of interest. So if we can have this move and a break from this low, we'll have this fair value gap as a point of interest. All right, we'll have this fair value gap as a point of interest. Else, price can be able to target this buy side liquidity that we have from above that level 42, 20, 25 levels. So demand zones which we look out for will be 39.80 to 39.40. That will be a best buy zone for you. You also have 38.70 to 38.20. It's a recovery zone. Then we have the extreme zone at 37.20 to 36.20. Are we good? So don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out. All right. So this fair value gap is sitting at 38.90 to 37.68. This weekly fair value gap zone. All right. So this is the weekly key levels which you can be looking for on Xauusd. All right. So go to the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, trend is bearish. So we've had price creating uh lower highs and lower lows. All right, lower highs and lower lows to the downside. So we have a bearish trend. Now we have a liquidity area which price has engineered at this point, multiple rejections from it. All right, and a retest back into this key level 41.75 to 42.20. Have a nice order block zone there. So we have our previous day high sitting here and the previous day low which has been taken uh, Thursday. You could see this bearish momentum candle to the downside, and then had a push on Friday, more of liquidity sweep and price rally back to the upside. So freak break out there and price still reacting from this area. So this is actually a liquidity area as well. If it happens that the market should break this level, takes out this liquidity, and then we could see some reaction from here. You want to see price closing above this level before you are looking for buys. Price should close above, it retests here and close above this level, then you should be looking out for buys from these demand zone 39.08, 38.50 level. So for this coming week, we'll be looking at 40.50 to 77 for possible sales, and then we also have 41.75 to 42.20 as well for possible sales. So we have the daily low which has been taken, social liquidity taken, and price can be coming for this buy side liquidity. So these are actually the possibilities which we can have on goal for this coming week on the daily time frame. Trend bearish on the daily time frame, but remember we have pullbacks. We need pullbacks before we can continue with the bullish move. So you have this first level and this is the second level. So where the market would change structure, if it breaks above this and sits above it, bullish, we are just going to have a structure shift, but a confirmed continuation of that structure shift will be above this level. So if it breaks above this level, we have a confirmed structure shift for the bullish continuation on gold from the daily time frame. Now, moving on to the 4-hour time frame. So now, more explicit on the 4-hour time frame. So what we have from here on Friday, this was actually a fake push to the downside. That was a stop loss hunt and liquidity sweep that happened on Friday. So you can see that price dropped massively to the downside just to take out this liquidity here. Looking, this was more of a consolidating market. So the market accumulated from this level to the manipulation and distributed back to the upside. And now it is sitting at this zone again, which you can look at it to be an arrow. Um, SBR zone, that is a key support level, which is now becoming a resistance level or breaker block. So call this a breaker block zone. All right, and it's also acting as a supply level. So the multiple rejections which we had from this level as well, you can see the same price action from this same point with the multiple rejections. Then you can have a retest back into this zone and to look out for buys around 39.91 to 39.81. So this is going to make a decision if we gonna continue with the sell, and then we have this level below a point of liquidity, and then we start looking out for buys in this zone or this one. So before this, you need to see price close above that zone to confirm, and then look for a bullish move. Else it takes out this and also perform the same, and you look for a bullish move. So looking at this, you could see this nice trend line to the downside, multiple rejections from it. You can see that, and this is the next retest that is coming. So if price should close above this level, we have a retest into the zone. All right, price should close above this level, we have a retest into this zone. But if this level should be taken out, don't look for, you have to wait for sales around this level. You will need to look for buying opportunities to now target this 4110, to target this 4110. So this was the movement from Monday up to Friday to this level. So it might be coming back to the origin where we had the sales from the previous week. So you have to take note of this level and this. All right. So price breaks above this, we had the retest and target this level. If it breaks this level, focus on the buys to target more higher levels, because it will be going for the buy side liquidity which we had around remember 41.22. Is it 41.22 level, or 42.22, 42.22 level? So let me check that out. Let me confirm that that was from the weekly time frame. What is this? Daily time frame. Okay, we have the weekly time frame. 42.22 level. 42.22. So this is a 4-hour time frame. 42.22 level. Yeah. So this is it right here. That is it right there. So it will want to come take that out for the weekly time frame. But like I said, the main direction is what is bearish. All right, the main direction is bearish, and the buys are going to be the bullish pullback that we have for the sales. So the level at which on this 4-hour time frame we are going to completely shift to a bullish market would be for price to take out this high. So you'll be looking at it, why not these or these, considering but this one, because this is the level where we had the origin of this bearish trend. All right, this is the level which we had the origin of this bearish trend. So for this bearish trend to be violated, price needs to take out that origin. So price come back to this origin and takes it out, will become uh, totally bullish on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, yeah. So continuation of the bearish trend as well. Continuation will be to break out from this level, but we could see we've been having multiple rejections from there. All right, that is an indication of the market not being ready to continue because of the situation also that we have going on between Iran and US. So price action has not really been straightforward. We've just had back and forth movement. If you want to look at it from the weekly time frame, you will see that um, we are actually in a ranging market. All right, this is a weekly time frame. You can see where price is. This is a range, but it's a big zone actually. That is a big zone. That is a ranging market that we have. All right, and then also on the daily time frame, you can see the key resistance and support level which price has not break through. This and this still in a range. see that a break from here on the daily, then we have a structure shift, and then a break from here as well from this support. We have a continuation of the sales as well. If that doesn't happen, the market will just be doing fake breakouts, liquidity sweep, rejections, and all of that. So that is the 4 hour time frame on gold. All right, this is the key level faced 40.24 to 40.34, and then we have 40.58 level to this. So three key levels to look out for sales. You have these, and that one. So 1 hour time frame. We want to go more further to the lower time frame. This is the outlook of the 1 hour time frame. Not much difference from the 4 hour time frame. So we have this level for possible retest to look out for buys, and then this as well. So you have this selling level 40.24 to 40.34, and then you have this level which is 40.58 to 40.75 level. Then you have the 4,100 level to 4,000 to 41.20 level as well from the start of last week Monday. So that is it on the 1 hour time frame. So this is it for Xauusd. So if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section. Let's look at it and your ideas as well. So this is my weekly outlook on gold. Ask me, am I bullish or am I bearish? I'm neutral to what the technical analysis is going to be giving me. My overall trend direction is bearish. Neutral because price is reacting at both key levels of the demand and supply zone. So you have to look at the reactions from those levels as well. So because you see right now that we had this break to the downside, this was more of a manipulation, and then we're having this bullish engulfing candle coming in. So what is it telling you? So you see that you're going to be having that back and forth, but have in mind of the general trend which we have. All right, so um, let's look at BTC. So this is BTC for our time frame. So we have this reaction from this level after price did a raid to the downside, liquidity sweep. All right, close bullish, break above this level. We've been rallying to the upside since from that point. Left behind a nice demand zone, but has not retest back into it. Then you can see this multiple rejections we have here from this breakout point. All right, this is price actually engineering liquidity for you. So this zone has been holding price. Okay, this is a key strong, that is a strong level actually we have there, and then the trend line move as well, retest from it. We've had two retests, and possible we can have the next before price getting into this supply zone. So to see that supply zone, this is it here, and this would be your buy side liquidity which you want to target. All right, for the buying move before start looking out for sales from this point. So we have this level for buy continuation if price should retest or come into this level. Okay, so you look at you have this one, and then you have this second zone. So that is it on BTC. We'll be looking at for buys to target this supply zone. You want to, this is for our time frame, take note. If you want to consider a bearish move, it will be when price violates this level. If price should violate that level, then it will target this next demand zone. Okay, so that is it for BTC as well. So that will be it for our weekly forecast on XAUSD, DXY, and BTC. If you love these, Don't forget to share as well. All right, subscribe, share, comment, and let's move forward. See you in our next video.